Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you all? I hope you are all doing fine, you are all very well and happy and staying at your home. But studies is also necessary for all of you, and thank you all for joining my class today. Today the thing we are going to start is the active and passive voices, and in this lecture we will deal with the active and passive voices of the present tenses. So let's now begin. You can see the slide, active and passive voices. And so what is the most important thing when we are doing the active and passive voices? There are the things. First thing is that we interchange the subject and the object of the sentences, right? The object takes place of the subject and the subject takes place of the object, and then it converts into the passive voice. In all type of tenses, either it's the present or the past or the future, we use third form of verb, right? And now here you can see the present indefinite tense. Present indefinite tense actually carries the do or does formation, but when we are making its passive voice, we use the helping verbs is, am, are. Is, am, are actually the helping verbs of the continuous tenses, but we are using them in the present indefinite tense case, right? So we will do some sort of practice over here. So you can see the present indefinite positive sentences, some practice over here. For example, the active sentence, Ali writes a letter. This writes, this first form of verb with an S tells that it is a present indefinite tense. So a letter will come in the beginning of the sentence and Ali will go to the end of the sentence. So this object will take place of the subject and the subject will take place of the object, and we are using is. The helping verb is, am, are, and the third form of verb. Our letter is written by Ali. The next example is she cleans her room. So her room comes in the beginning and she replaced by her in the end. Her room is cleaned by her. So the negative sentences, remember that the positive sentence passive voice is positive, the passive voice of the negative sentence is negative, and the passive voice of interrogative sentence is the interrogative. So the peon does not ring the bell. This does not is the helping verb which tells us that it is an indefinite sentence. So the bell comes in the beginning of the sentence, the object is taking the place of the subject and the subject is taking place of the object. It is going in the end of the sentence. The bell is not rung, ring, rang, rung, the third form of verb, rung by the peon. They do not wash a car coming in the beginning of the sentence and they at the end of the sentence. A car is not washed by them. Interrogative sentences, you see, the helping verb comes in the beginning of the sentence. Many of the students make this mistake again and again, that if they have to make the passive voice of an interrogative sentence, they convert it into the simple sentence and the sentences get crossed. For example, do they buy the bananas? What they will do? Bananas are bought by them. So please keep it in your mind that if the subject, if the helping verb is in the beginning of the sentence, the helping of the passive voice should also come in the beginning of the sentence. It will remain a question. Are bananas bought by them? We are still using the helping verbs of the continuous tense is, am, are. Does Afridi score a sixer? It's an interrogative sentence of the present indefinite. Is a sixer? Oh, you see, sixer is singular. Is a sixer scored by Afridi? So here are the bananas, plural, so are. Sixer is singular, is, right? So in the next is the present continuous tense. In the present continuous tense active voice, we use the is, am, are, we use the first form of verb and ing. So we come to know that this is the present continuous. Same situation will happen here. The subject will be replaced by the object and the object will be replaced by the subject. So what we will do when we will convert the first form of and ing into a third form of verb, that ing will be replaced with this word being. So what we will do in the present continuous passive voice, we will use third form of verb we will use is am are and we will use the word being. Let's start its practice by the positive sentences. The boy is flying a kite, right? A kite. Here, a kite is being, right? First form ing has to be converted into the third form of verb, and we are making this ing into being. And fly, third form of verb, fly, flew, flown. A kite is being flown by the boy. This boy, the subject is going in the end of the sentence, and a kite object is coming in the beginning of the sentence. And we are using the same helping verbs which are in the active. It is not like the indefinite formation. The continuous formation will use its own helping verbs which are used in its active voice. In the active voice are is am are, so similar helping verbs is am are will be used in the passive voice. Mother is roasting the chicken. The chicken will come in the beginning of the sentence. The chicken is being. For ing, being. Roast, roasted, third form of verb by mother. Mother in the beginning of the sentence will come in the end of the sentence. Negative sentences. You are not accepting my invitation. You are not accepting my invitation. My invitation in the beginning of the sentence is not being. For ing, being accepted by you. So negative will be converted into the negative. Remember that in the continuous tense, the active voice is am are those helping verbs. Those similar helping verbs are used in the passive voice. Not like the indefinite tense, because in the indefinite tense the helping verbs are do and does. We replace them with is am are, but in the continuous tense we do not replace. We use the same helping verbs is am are in the passive voice. Hamza is not polishing his shoes. His shoes are. So you see, Hamza is singular but the shoes are plural. We are using is am are. तो आपने ये नहीं बोलना है कि मैम ने कहा है same to same is, you have to use that is am are, so I will use his shoes. His shoes is. You cannot do his shoes is. Or neither you can say Hamza are, because Hamza is singular and shoes are plural. His shoes are not being polished by Hamza. So, interrogative sentences, again I will repeat that same thing which I repeated before, that it's the helping verbs are coming in the beginning of the sentence. Are you posting a letter? So a letter should come in the beginning of the sentence, but before that we must put the helping verb. Is a letter. So are you, with you we use are, but letter is singular over here. With letter we use is. You cannot say that are, I cannot put are over here. So is a letter being posted by you? Is Sarah enjoying her holidays? Are her holidays being enjoyed by Sarah? Same thing is happening for ing. We are using being and then the third form of verb, and the Sarah is coming in the end. Her holidays, the objects are coming in the beginning, and at the very starting of the sentence we are having the helping verb. So next one is the present perfect tense. This is the easiest of all. Why? Because the perfect family has, have, had, will have, shall have. Even in the active formation they already have the third form of verb. So even in the active sentence you have the third form of verb, and the same helping verbs has and have. Only one thing you are adding in the passive sentence is been. So use of third form of verb, has been, have been. So let's do some of the practice of the positive sentences. For example, active, the boy has broken a toy. So you can see already has is over there and the third form of verb is over there. A toy will come in the beginning of the sentence. The object will take place of the subject. The boy, the subject, will take place of the object. And it will turn into a passive sentence. A toy has. And I already told you before, we will use been. A toy has been broken. Same third form of verb, by the boy. A toy has been broken by the boy. The gardener has planted a tree. A tree has been planted by the gardener. The gardener is coming in the end. A tree has been planted by the gardener, right? So here is the situation. So you can see that this perfect tenses, passive voices are the easiest of them all, because they are having their own same helping verb, and the third form of verb is already present in them. So we will go to the negative sentences. Negative means not. If the sentence is carrying a word not, it means that it is a negative sentence. They have not searched for the lost child. So the last child will come in the beginning of the sentence. The lost child. They is the plural, so the helping verb is have. But the lost child is singular, so the helping verb will be has. The lost child has not been searched by them. They will turn into by them. You have not accepted my application. My application will come in the beginning. My application is singular. My application has not been accepted. The third form will come accepted. You, by you. So it is very easy to make the passive voice of the sentence that is in a perfect formation. And the interrogative sentences, see the practice. Have. So the helping verb is coming in the beginning of the sentence, as I repeated it before. So when you will make its passive voice, it will remain the interrogative, and the helping verb will come in the beginning of the sentence. Have you finished your work? So your work should come before. It should come in the beginning, but even before that you have to put the helping verb. Has your work, as your work is a singular, has your work been finished by you? It is again an interrogative. Has this boy passed the examination? The examination should come in the beginning, and before that the helping verb. Has the examination been passed by this boy? Same third form of verb, past and past. Same helping verb, has and has. Only we have added been, and this boy by this boy. So in our today's lecture, we have gone through the active passive voices of the present formation, present indefinite, present continuous, and present perfect. In the present indefinite, we have in active voice the helping verb do, does, but we replace them with the helping verbs used by the continuous is, am, are, and we use the third form of verb. In the continuous tense, we use the same helping verbs of the active continuous, that is, am, are. We use them same helping verbs is, am, are. We also use the third form of verb. We have to convert the active voice first form ing into the third form, and the replacement of ing is being, B-E-I-N-G, being. And thirdly, we did the present perfect tenses, which has or have. The helping verbs has and have we use, and they already have the third form of verb, and the only thing we add in the sentence is been, B-E-E-N, been. So I hope you have clearly understood this lecture, and still if you have found any problem, if you have any confusion in your mind, you can still I am unmuting you all. You can ask the question, or if you don't want to use the mic, you can send me any of your message or the confusion in your chat box. And I hope you have all understood this situation and this type of passive voices. In my next lecture, we will be dealing with the past types of the passive voices. We will be dealing with the past indefinite and the past continuous and the past perfect. So thank you so much all of you that you have come and joined me.